Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing really, really well today. If we've never met before, my name's Michelle Legaly. I'm the creator of the Empaths and Sensitives Facebook group, the Inner Work Life Coaching Certification Program, Intuition Circle, the Business Academy, lots of different things. Mostly I help women develop their abilities, become excellent life coaches, and build profitable coaching businesses. And literally just teach the thing that I accomplished in my life. And anyone who is interested in that, I help them on how I did it. It's that simple. If you're here with me live, do me a favor and say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hi back to you. Today, we're doing Oracle card reading part 2. And ever since many years ago, I went to Mediumship Mastery School, a 2-year program. I absolutely loved it. And every single December, we always worked with our Oracle cards. And ever since then, ever since I've had my own groups, we've always done Oracle cards in December. So awesome. There's a few people here. I'm so glad. Okay. This reading's for you, whether you're here with me live or whether you're watching the replay, it's for you. I've got my cards right here. I've been shuffling them under the table. I've already been thinking about all of you. Here's how we're going to do this. I've already set the intention for everyone to receive a message. So I'm pulling one card for all of us. And your job is to see how it applies to your life. Does that make sense? So I'm pulling this card with the intention that you get information, but the other part of the intention is that you get the information that you need. You pull out of this card what's important for you. Okay, here we go. And I'll talk about the card a little bit once I get it. And there it is. Okay. Okay, here's the card. Surrender. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. I don't know if that's backwards, forward as you see this. The card is surrender. I'll say it again, and then maybe I'll intuitively go in and see if I get any more information. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in this present moment. I know what this card means for me. I know how to apply it to my life. What about you? What does this card mean for you? How do you apply it to your life? Type it in the chat if you're here with me live, or type it in the chat if you're watching this later. Okay, I'll go a little deeper if I can. Surrender. So all the ways we want to, I'm seeing gifts being wrapped, and they're perfectly wrapped, and there's bows on those gifts, and it doesn't have to be perfect according to what we think perfect is, or the outcome doesn't have to be what we think it should be. There's so many more outcomes that are possible for us that we can't see because we want it to be a certain way. We want it to be a certain way for lots of different reasons. We want it to be a certain way based on our beliefs about things. We want it to be a certain way based on fears about things. We wanted it to be a certain way so that things remain the same and it keeps us feeling safe and comfortable. All the reasons why we want to control the outcomes is understandable, and we can love ourselves for that and open ourselves up to the possibilities that we can't even see based on the limits we have. That there's so many more possibilities, outcomes that are even greater than we could imagine if we could just surrender and live life in the moment and trust and faith that everything works out for its greatest and highest good. Okay, that was me going a little deeper with it, with what came up for me and maybe for you. Is this helpful for you? Are you able to apply this card to something in your life? Surrendering. The need to control the outcome, surrender that. Just be with life in the present moment. What does that mean to you? Type it in the chat if you're here with me live, or type it in the chat when you catch the replay. Yes or no, does this mean anything to you? Can you apply it to your life? Yes or no, type it in the chat. Here's something I've noticed with myself and other people. Highly intuitive people can take anything, an oracle card, a message from a stranger, any symbol, any dream, and they can apply it to their life pretty quickly and get the message on how that applies to their life and what they can do with it, how they can take action to make their life better. So were you able to do it with this card, surrender? Yes or no? Let me see if there's anything else here. You know, every time I go in just to tap in intuitively to this card, I just see a bunch of gifts being wrapped. And I haven't wrapped one gift yet. But I just see gifts wrapped and wanting the gifts to be wrapped perfectly and it to be perfect, or I want it to feel a certain way. And honestly, I'm not like that really in my life too much. I barely even buy gifts anymore. But I think the message is like, it's not really about that. We can surrender that part of it, the perfectionism, or we can surrender it wanting to be a certain way, and believing or being optimistic about there's so many more possibilities beyond that one that could even create more joy, peace, and presence. And just that thought alone helps at least me open up to surrendering to the outcome that I think is the one. Okay, what about you? Yeah, somebody else just used the word perfectionist too. Yes, it resonates with me. I strive daily to not be a perfectionist. Yeah, that's so good. And then Sandra said, yes, I have always wanted to take control. I have always wanted to control things and have been working on that. One mantra I use frequently is trust, believe, and surrender. Well, then, Sandra, I feel like this is being reflected back to you in the most beautiful way for you. Like, for me, when I start to say mantras to myself, and I notice that when I start to embody them, they start to come out of my mouth. And then when I really embody them, someone will reflect it back to me. And I feel like I just reflected this back to you for me to say to you, look how much you're embodying this mantra, and kudos to you. And then someone else said, live in the moment. That's what I have to remind myself of. Beautiful. I hope this was helpful. What's the one other thing I want to say about this? I don't usually associate with the word perfectionist, but I bet I have a lot of it and I just deny it within myself. What I learned from this card today, that if it's helpful that I learned today, that's new for me and might be helpful for you, is I probably too struggle with like trying to let go of outcomes and being a perfectionist. That's me. I have that too. But then today, what I learned through this card was I don't even have to work on letting that go. I can just focus on all the other possibilities that I'm not even aware of because of the way I want to control it. And it makes it easier for me to surrender in the joy, excitement, and curiosity of all the other ways it could be. Can anybody get what I'm saying there? Instead of us like working on our perfectionism or trying to let it go, what if the surrender was more of just taking our focus off that and focusing on all the other possibilities, all the other outcomes that come from living in the present moment? Like, what if we just did an experiment on all the ways awesomeness could show up, all the outcomes by living in the present moment? And just me focusing on that does put me in surrender and does help me release perfectionism. Does that help? Does that make sense? Sometimes I ramble and I think no one gets it. So hopefully that made sense to you. Yeah, awesome, Sandra. You're welcome. This month inside of Intuition Circle, it is my online intuitive development program for women. It is a monthly membership. If you are interested and would like to try it, the first month is free. If you don't like it and you don't want to stay, that's fine. You just send me an email and just say, I'd like to cancel Intuition Circle, and we will do that right away. If you do want to stay for more than a month, it's $47 a month. We have had people, lots of different people. We've had people who've been there for years. We've had people who've been there for months. And then we've also recently, since we've been doing this trial, I've had a few people try it and either canceled because they weren't interested, but we've had a few people cancel because they just didn't use it. And that's what I have found. So like if you are interested in being with a community of people and you're going to use it, I really encourage you to try it for 1 month. We are a safe and grounded space to develop our intuitive abilities, and we have super deep talks. In fact, tomorrow we have an inner work coaching call, a Q&A. So if you'd like to try it, I just put the link in the chat. You're welcome to try it. If you have any other questions, put them in the comments here, and I will make sure to come back and check it out. If you don't hear from me, because it gets busy here in our group, just always, you can email me at team@michellegailey.com. You can DM me. I'm being really good about checking my DMs now. And I hope that's helpful. Okay, everybody, have a great day and a happy holiday if I don't see you.